Hey, it's Lynn.
Hey, it's Tanya.
We have a lot going on in the background today, so we are not going to be doing video, but we have a quick message that we want to get out to all true twins. This is mainly for walk-ins that are building their connection and for those people that have been recently dropped into walk-in situations. This is a very urgent message for anyone who is still in the transition in their walk-in situation, or for those who feel like they have been legitimately dropped into the twin flame journey as a walk-in and they're wondering what the hell is going on. This message is for you. For any true twins that have been on this journey that are still on path, this message also is something that we really want you guys to keep in mind, because this is one of the foundations of this soul journey with your twins. We have been getting a lot of information, a lot of guidance, and we have worked with a lot of walk-ins in the last couple months who have been experiencing a lot of direct and very targeted, very aggressive attacks on their ethereal cord that is trying to form between them and their twin in order for them to move into a solidified twin flame relationship. As you know, if you've watched some of our old videos, we have talked about the walk-in situation and how the cord actually has to be transferred to new twins, or either for one or both of you. But the cord needs to actually be built and solidified before it is basically immune to any dark attacks that come to it. What we've learned is that Dark's biggest agenda, because of the amount of walk-ins in the community, Dark's biggest agenda now is attacking that cord before it's had time to solidify, in order to prevent the cord from actually being complete. If Dark is able to attack this cord before it is actually solidified and complete, the twinship never actually happens. That energy is going to be moved on to two other people. So we don't want this to happen to any of you guys.
The cord, actually, a lot of people don't realize it is a living, breathing thing. There are things that are actually supposed to be set through this cord to keep it alive. It's almost like you wouldn't put your child over there and not give it food and water. These elements are extremely important to your cord. It's love, faith, and trust. We preach it all the time. But the thing is we have a lot of people who are like, well, I'm not doing that. Well, if you're a walk-in, of course this is going to be new to you. But any other true twin, if you're not sending love through that cord, it's quite possible it's breaking down. It's almost like it becomes brittle and falls apart. That's why, and eventually the twinship, I guess, would fall apart. Because without that cord, there's no twinship. I mean,
Exactly.
There's no connection. So that's one of the things you can do, as well as protecting it from dark. But you can't build it unless you're sending something through it to build it. Not just going to build by itself.
Exactly. So what we have our clients do, and what we really do in our own twinships, is make sure that you really embrace your twinship on the soul level, meaning through telepathy, through 5D, of course. But the cord is really, really important, like Tanya was saying. You've got to really embrace your connection through the cord to keep it healthy. How we do this is you send love through it, you send faith, you send trust through the cord. You can push it through as energy. You can even envision it as words moving through the cord and being received on the other end by your twin. A lot of times what we do with people that are trying to deepen their connection is tell them, go ahead and send love or faith or trust through the cord, either energetically or visually, and then ask that when they receive it, to send something back, and then wait. It's a really good way to build your communication with your twin through the cord, and also develop your telepathy and your soul level communication more deeply. So,
well, the thing is too, is a lot of people need to realize, depending upon certain aspects, your DM or DF may not be getting what you're giving them through telepathy in the 3D. That's not really what this is about. Mostly what it is getting this soul connection going. It's got to be a constant ebb and flow all day long.
So as you move through your day, go ahead and send love through the cord. Make sure throughout the day you're trying to deepen your telepathy with your twin. A lot of the twins that we work with make a point to set time aside every night and go into 5D with their twin and really continue to deepen that bond and build that soul level connection. It's really, really important. For those who don't understand how to do this, it's just a matter of intent. You're setting the intent that this is what you're going to do, and then you have to be open to whatever you receive. There's a little bit more to it, but for those of you who aren't members of our Facebook group, we do a lot of exercises, or we have done a lot of exercises. We have a 5D meditation up in the scheduler, but we have resources available for those who are looking to deepen this connection. But really, it just takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit of exploring it, and you guys are hearing a lot more and receiving a lot more from your twin than you think. People just tend to push it out of their heads and not realize that that's what it is. So it's just a lot of exploring. The important thing is, even if you're not feeling them receiving it, or you're not aware that they're receiving it, they are receiving communication through the cord on the soul level. They are getting it. They are receiving it, and their soul will respond in the way that it needs to. Yeah. This is also why it's so important that you don't have negative thoughts about your twin. Don't express frustration. Don't say, I'm giving up. Any negative energy that you have at all is going to go directly through the cord, and it will affect your twin in the same way, where they're actually going to mirror your negativity towards you and towards the twinship, or they'll take it personally. So just be really careful about your thoughts. Keep your energy high, keep your thoughts positive, and really, really, really push faith, love, and trust to make sure that that cord develops properly, completes, and that you guys can move on with your twinship.
You also want to, it's not just necessarily negativity that's going straight to them. I do know, I've actually seen this, where someone's moving about their day, they all of a sudden get angry with someone in traffic, and your twin doesn't know that it's someone in traffic. They're automatically going to assume it's them, or they're not going to understand where this negative shit's coming from, and they're kind of going to pull back. So be really careful. That's kind of where the mastery comes in at.
All negative energy is going to come through. It's really hard for them to, as you're building the connection, it's really hard for them to determine where it's coming from if they haven't developed the telepathy to the level that is required for mastery. So be really careful about what energy that you are expressing and feeling, and do your best to flip it into love, faith, and trust. But build that cord. If you have questions about the health of your cord, Kenny and I can check it in like 20 minutes. It's really easy to do that. If you are really concerned about your connection, or if you are concerned about the health of your connection as a walk-in, or you have questions about that process, we do have sessions where we look at your cord and we can kind of help you determine where you're at and what you need to be doing to get further along, or we can, help you see what kind of progress you're making. So reach out if you have any questions. That's it. For those of you who think this is fear-mongering, this is awareness. Tanya and I do a lot of work against dark on a daily basis, and we have seen a lot of this, and we have seen twins almost lose their twinships because they were not taking care of the cord. So this is basically public service announcement to make sure that you guys are aware that this is something that you can prevent. It's kind of like when the weatherman tells you the tornado's coming, you're going to go put your family in the basement. You're not going to go lay out in the sun with them. So this is, out of love, we're really just trying to get you guys to understand the importance of this cord and the importance of sending faith, love, trust, and making sure that you keep dark away from your twinship. That's all it takes. And we will be back with more. Bye.